What's up guys, Newsy Steve here playing Minecraft, and I know this is a little late because it came out on Monday, July 1st, but I just wanted to make a 1.6 video, update video for you guys who actually watch my videos, those 6 subscribers out there. Love you guys, man. So let's just dive right into it, and let's go out of F5 mode. So let's start with the new blocks right now. Okay, so we got the wheat block. Not the wheat block. I'm funny. The hay bale block, uh, which is made by 9 wheat. And then when to get it, you can place it like that, or like that, or like that, or like that. And you can, it's kind of like a pillared quartz block. So yeah, but first, before I get into the rest of that, I'm going to go through some of the commands and stuff. First, we got the resource pack system, which this as you see, like I usually use a texture pack, but because of the new update, it made me not use it because they replaced these resource packs, replaced texture packs. So yeah, but there's a conversion tool which converts texture packs into resource packs, and this was released by Dinnerbone. Yeah, but you can change them, and it contains textures, sounds, partially fonts, language files, end credits, end poem, and splash text. And also, there's a new missing texture. I don't know what it is, but there is. So let's just get into the commands really quickly. So I made up this little thing over here. Oh, it's Mr. Villager over here. It's cool. So this is for the spread players command. Basically, let me just /spread players. Basically, you use that. You do /spread players. The X and Y coordinates. And there we go. Okay, so let's do that. /spread players. X and Y is -1, 319. Then the spread distance, 30. And then the max is 50. Let's go with that. Respect false. And then me, Newsy Steve. And then enter. There I think about 30 blocks away from the, let me count. 2, 3, I think it's 30 actually. So that's useful for like Hunger Games and other PvP stuff. So yeah. Also, there's another command. As you've noticed, probably the sun hasn't moved at all from the beginning of this video. Well, that is because I've used the do daylight command game rule that stops the sun from where it's moving and stays where it is forever, basically. So you do /game rule do daylight cycle and turn it to false. Well, this will, and then set it to any time you want. So I set it to time set 0, or you can do it as time set 18,000. If you do that, the moon's not gonna move either. So let me just time set 0 again. So yeah, I like it because when I'm building and stuff, it doesn't turn to night, and it works much better than turning time set day every 20 minutes. So yeah. So now let's get into Oh, there's also some other stuff about. I'll get to horses later. There's some stuff about respiration enchantment on helmets, which I have right here. You can put a respiration helmet on, and now let me take it off first. Actually, if you go into water, uh, it's hard to see under here, and you can't really mine very well. Well, you can't really mine it well, anyways. So if you turn this on, you can see much better. I mean, put this on, and you can see much better under water, and also respiration. It helps you breathe, so that works too. So let me just take this off. Now, also, they changed the idea to for the mob difficulty. Like, if you stay in one regional area for a while, then the harder it gets for mobs, for the mob difficulty. Like, probably zombies get like better armor and stuff. But if you the different scales of difficulty like easy, medium, easy, normal, hard, hardcore, all that stuff. The items, enchantments, and the AI improve with difficulty for all the mobs. Yeah. So, egg. Go back to this. But also, there's some tooltips here. They added an extra tooltip info in the search tab for the creative inventory, which shows the category of a block or item where it is. So if I go into here, go into search items, it'll say like stones and building blocks, and then spruce sapling is in decoration blocks, that kind of stuff. And also I keep going to that. When you go into the swords and pickaxes and all, it shows the added attack damage if you use that. So like a diamond sword is +7, a pickaxe is a diamond pickaxe is +5, you know. So yeah, and the hunger, the natural hunger, rejuvenation now costs hunger points instead of slash saturation points instead of like what health points, I guess. And also, let me get my sword out. Because I'm in creative mode right now. If I'm fighting like an animal to get out of my way, like when I hit something, it won't break the block. That you can't do it with a sword. You can't break blocks in creative mode with swords anymore. So that's pretty good when you're fighting off, like, let me go just find this mushroom. So if I'm fighting him to get out of my way, yeah. So now, that'll be much easier than breaking all your stuff when you're fighting like mobs and stuff. So now let's get into the new blocks. Like, I already went over the hay block, so let's get into the lead. It is made by 4 string, 3 in like this Tetris shape up here, and 1 in the bottom right corner, and then 1 slime ball in the middle. And it gets you a lead, which, let me just get like a mushroom egg. If I right click him, I will get him, and I can lead him anywhere basically. And then if I still want him, but don't want him to go anywhere, I can just tie him to a fence post, and he's there for a long time. Yeah, and it works on chickens, mushrooms, cows, pigs, sheep. It even works on squid. It did work on squid. See, let me just show you. Works on squid and wolves / dogs. Yeah, it's pretty cool. The next thing we got is the carpet. It's made by 2 of the same wool block, and it gives you 3 of these. So if let me just get that, and then put that there. It gives you 3 carpet. And I think the lead, this only gives you 1 lead, but let me see. It actually gives you 2 leads instead of 1. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And the carpets are the same colors as, exactly as their wool block, but they're just very much thinner. So if I just grab this, but also they can stack on basically anything. So if you put that up, not very good. Let me find a flower. Flowers. So if I put this on a flower, hey, there's donkey. Put it on flower, it's on top of flower. Basically, if you put on anything except for grass. Basically. And they can stack on each other too. So, but they're about this. Let me just grab a piece of wood. So if I put a wood, anything on top of this, it's about the same height as 1 block would be. So, yeah. If you put it, but they're good for like, what's the word? Like, not having the same color floor. That's nice. Same color ceiling as the floor above it. So like in this little house, the red ceiling, but also if you want, he just wanted a red floor, but he had to replace everything and make it a red ceiling also. So right here, he has a hardened clay ceiling, but a red carpet floor on the next level. This guy. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But it's hard to use with different items because you can't put anything on top of it or float like that. So you would have to put like only chests and maybe beds would do that, but you'd have to put like a full block under these like that, because like that it can do the full like a full block, but like with chests and stuff you have to get rid of the floor and put the same color of wool under there. It's kind of annoying, but it still looks cool. It works for like creative builders and all. The next thing we got is the hardened clay block, which is made by smelting 1 clay in a furnace, and you get 1 clay equals 1 hardened clay block, and from that you can, once you get 8 hardened clay blocks, you can put 1 end of any die, any of these dies here, dies here, and it'll make 8 hardened clay blocks of that color, and they look really nice, but they're not the exact same color as the wool or the dye. See, like the white, the orange, the magenta, the light blue, they all look a little darker than the actual one. Like the blue looks purple, kind of. You see, it's not very. It's good for like if you want different shades in like a pixel art or something, but not like if you want the exact color of the wall. Just it's thin. It's not very much smoother than the wool, but it's just not the same color. It looks nice though. It'll be nice for creative builders. Next we got the coal block, the block of coal block, same thing. And it's made by 8 coal. And it makes this block that is it's if I put that next to the obsidian block, uh, I think this one looks much nicer if you want to use like a black instead, but not a wool. See, like this has the purple, but it's all black. So, and it can smelt up to 80 blocks, which is 8 blocks more than than 9 coal. So that works. The next thing we got is the name tags, which can only be found in dungeon chests, as is said. Yeah. But if you want to change, you can change the name of the name tags. So like, if I wanted to name this guy Snoopy. No, Jack Kelly. I get that with 5 XP. And give me that. And what if I want to name this mushroom Jack Kelly? He's now Jack Kelly forever. But if I want to, can you? Yeah. If I put this in here, but there's a little, maybe not a glitch, but Easter egg. If you name any mob Dinnerbone or Grum, it'll turn them upside down. Let me show you. Let's do this. Chicken. He's upside down now. And also with like the horses, you can ride them upside down. So like, if you get on this, yeah, I was riding him upside down, kind of. So the next thing we got is I'll save the horse armor for when we do the horse. But you can only, horse armor cannot be crafted, but can be found in nether fortresses, jungle temples, dungeons, and desert temples too. Those are the only places you can find them, in chests there. So also we got the new texture for the lapis lazuli block. It's kind of smoother. It seems like it has a little outer edge of this, but it looks much smoother than it was before. Like it was really blocky before. I might add a picture, but probably not. But yeah, it looks much nicer now. And we also got the charcoal changed, and it looks much different than actual coal. See, this is the charcoal, and you cannot make coal blocks out of charcoal, but they have a different texture now that you can deceiver them. Also, we got you can put saddles on horses, which I'll show you later. Golden apples are now made from gold ingots, and 8 gold ingots, and 1 apple. And also glistening melons is now made by 8 gold nuggets and 1 melon. I think instead of 4. Yeah. Command blocks cannot be destroyed in survival. If I wanted to destroy this thing in survival, I couldn't. Lava. Let me get out my lava. Is now, and then let me just get out a block. That's not well. If I put this over here, it now dissolves like it should be. So if I did that, just let that go for a little bit, and put that there. It dissolves like it should be, much faster than it was before. As you can see, it's now gone, kind of like water, but just a little slower, but now it's gone. And also flint and steels can now lose durability when igniting TNT. So let's now get to the horses. So we got horses over here. They come, you can tame them and ride them in, to tame them, you ride them until they throw you off a few times until hearts appear. So let me just find a horse. Here's a horse. See, it'll buck you off a couple times. But let me see if it'll work with my hay block. I think if you feed it like stuff, it'll give you a better chance of taming it. Oh, this guy just let me try golden apples. But you have to go on with a bare hand. Oh, there we go. We got the hearts. So now I can ride him, but I first have to put a saddle on him. So if you put a saddle on him, he's now rideable. But it's not done with the WASD. It's done with W to go forward, but with the mouse to ride him. And also the XP bar is now his jump bar. But all horses can jump differently. But, when you kill a horse, it can drop leather, actually. And when you can breed horses to make baby horses. But to get off the horse, it's left shift now. The sneak button. So let me feed him this. Let me get off of him. And I have to tame him, don't I? Yeah, there we go. Oh, that was really lucky that I got him on the first try. Let me get off of him. And get a saddle. Come back. So now let me bring him over to where my lovey horse is. And then feed him some golden apples. See, now they're breeding and making baby horse. There we go, baby horse. Kind of has like that little bedrock texture on him now. But you can breed horses using golden apples or golden carrots. Baby horses can be grown the same way can be grown with the same thing. Where's the baby horse? Where's the baby horse? There he is. So like if I wanted to make him grow, just feed him some stuff. And now he's full grown. He's there. Players riding saddled horses are guaranteed full control over the horse's movement, but the color, style, maximum height, health, jump height, and speed vary between horses. If you open the inventory, you can by right-clicking the horse and press the inventory key while holding left shift and looking at a horse's access to their inventory to deal with their storage, armor, and saddle. But they rarely respawn in small groups. But now we get to the donkeys. Yeah. So if I tame this donkey, if I can. Should have done this before, but let me try to feed. Oh, there we go. So let me get a saddle. So if I put the saddle on him, he's now tamed. But you can also put where is it? Yeah, I have one already. No, I don't. Chests on the donkeys that can hold up to 15 slots on their. So if you do that, they now have slots. And so let me open this inventory and he has 15 slots on his chest now. But if you breed a horse and a donkey together, you get a mule. So let me just do that right now. And there we go. And we got a mule. They can also wear, let me just make him grow up. Feed him some of that. Get on top of him. Let me love me. Love me, say you're gonna love me. Oh, big time rush. And there we go. He loves me. So if you put a saddle on him, he's now yours, and you can also put a chest on him too, which also up to 15 slots again. But they are not breedable with horses, donkeys, or other mules. So once you get a mule, they're done. So there used to be skeleton zombies and skeleton horses. I mean, skeleton horses and zombie horses, but they're not in the game right now. They might add, Dinnerbone might add him, but not sure about that. So what else is there? Oh, the villagers have a new sound. Let me make sure my sound is up. Yeah. There we go. Let me hit one of them. They have a new sound. You hear that? They're kind of like Squidward, kind of. And if you hit him... So, let me see what this guy wants. He wants 10 cook... No, I'm not doing that. You can't do any more of that. 9 gold ingots. Wait, what's it regional? Okay, 3 emeralds for a bookcase. Let me just get 3 emeralds. Where are my emeralds? There we go. So, if I put that in there... Okay, so they're like, so you can't do that. But if you put something in there he doesn't want, he makes that little sound, like that. But in research packs you can like change what they wanted to say and stuff. What else do I got? Also spiders. I probably can't find one. I might add a picture, but probably not. Of spiders can also come up with can spawn with potion effects. Actually, they're very rare. They're not very rare, but they are rare. And now the Nether has generated chests, and also if I go this way. Oh, one more thing about the horses. Well, 2 things. One, you can also put horse armor on these guys. So if I get on a horse and stop pressing sneak, you can put horse armor on them. It's pretty nice. You in order there is of better armor. There's iron, gold, and diamond. But also, let me show you. If you go this way, deserts are now. There we go. Are now now generated with no water pools at all. So, like how they should be. So yeah, I think that's about it for 1.6. I know it's going a little long, guys, but thank you. Oh, yeah, boats. Totally forgot about boats. One more thing. Boats are now steered with your mouse key and your mouse instead of the ASD keys. So now and get out of them with left sneak also. So yeah, I think that's about it, guys. Enjoy 1.6, and if you have a server, get your server converted to 1.6 so players can play on it. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time on Newsy Steve. Thanks, guys.